If you like a grace to grass to grace story, the movie that talks about falling and coming back up, movie that talks about love in the slums, I think you like this movie, Something Like Gold. Let's review.
Demola! Okay. Demola, please just come out. Please, we have guests waiting for us. Please.
There'll be no wedding. As I speak now, they're coming to seize all our assets.
I hope you have a bamboo bed sheet because that's the only sheets I sleep on.
Can you just stop being delusional? Your daddy has been arrested.
Auntie,
Get me pina colada with ice.
pina colada, bitch. Hey, where's that pina colada?
Miss Tamara, I am the person your father sent to you. His instruction is that I take care of you henceforth.
What's that smell?
It's their toilet.
I'm about to die. So you don't have a bathtub? But I am just managing with you because you don't have money. You're not going to We need to get them arrested.
Can you sound? You just come which day they buga, they command me. Nonsense.
My forever sweet Valentine.
So basically, this movie necessarily talks about, how that one girl all of a sudden loses all her riches and wealth and all whatnot because her father went broke. I don't know whether the movie doesn't really tell us whether he was actually a fraudster or he defrauded the company, but it tells us that he reportedly or allegedly defrauded the company, stole company funds and did some kind of thing. But I think he did because when you look at the movie, when you watch the movie, you see some sort of guilt on the man's face when he was explaining to his daughter that he used company funds. You get it? And because of that, the girl has been used to eating company funds and now she's broke. And because of the fact that she has been eating company funds all her life, she was, arrogant, proudful or whatever, I don't know what the name is. And, she despised everybody and she was just too highly, I don't know the names to call it. She was kind of like very irritated about everything. It was very hard to please her. You get, if you don't have money, you're nothing. If you are starting up in life, you are dead to her in this movie. You get, and the table turned around and now it is that she's the one starting up in life. Speaking of starting up in life, do also subscribe to his YouTube channel, like, share, and share to your friends, comments, tell me what you think about the review. So now let's get back into it. And this movie just tells us how she was starting up in life and all of a sudden she fell in love with somebody that was also starting up in life, helped him, sort of sold her phone. And even though I don't really get the maths of selling one phone, I think that phone was like a 12 Pro Max or something, who knows, maybe it was a 15, but it was an iPhone and the phone got more phones and a suit. This is not what the movie is about. I'm just dwelling on that. But yeah, she fell in love with him and it turns out that the person that she was in love with before was actually a douchebag. The guy couldn't even stand up for himself, not to talk more of carry another person to add to himself. But now, here are some parts that tripped me off in this movie. I didn't get the fact that somebody that has always been nasty all her life, like has been, this modest, if that there's a word, on the more, as you would say, and somebody that necessarily everything irritates her. After a few days, let's just give them benefit of doubt, a week or two of suffering changes her whole character. Maybe just, I think it was when somebody shouted for her that she changed. I think it was her mother, like her real mother in the movie. Yes, when she shouted for her, the goodness in her came out all of a sudden. And I'm wondering, where did all this come from? This kind of thing that Nollywood shows you, that you don't really see in real life. You get. It's an amazing movie, don't get me wrong, but some kind of things they shock me sharp. Then all of a sudden, the guy has been trying to pitch scenes, but because the girl came along, his speech went fine. Yeah, that was really amazing. Then another fascinating part for the movie, for me, in the movie, was when I saw, one of the people I know in real life act the movie, Ejiro Badre. First, when I was watching it and I saw him immediately, he was the flashback of, what's that girl's name again, sir? Yeah, he was the flashback of Tamara's father. You get? So my guy Ejiro Badre, shout out to you, and shout out to any producer that might be watching this movie. He's an amazing guy. You guys should, put him in movies so that he'll bring money and send for me. But yeah, so yeah, it was a very, very fascinating to see him. That kind of moment where somebody that you know in real life, see him in the movie, and yeah, he acted really good. He didn't really say much. He didn't say anything at all, but he acted really good. So this movie, I don't know what to rate it at this point in time, but I think it was an amazing movie, good acting, and it was giving some kind of musical vibe, where she was dancing with the children. Then also, Waje and Angelo's song, JJ, I really love that song. Yeah, I really love the whole album, by Angelo. I'll display the album on my screen now. This movie is for people that like romantic movies, romantic Nigerian movies, movies that let you know the impossible things. That's just what I got from the movie. I won't call this like a proper review. I think I'll call this like a scanty commentary. Then I also loved seeing Mercy Johnson in this movie. Growing up, I used to watch Mercy Johnson, and I knew her as the woman with endless tears. Like, she always knew how to cry. She was also emotional. She was always emotional, and she also had this rasp part of her that I think I saw in this movie by Shian G-Mike, Passports. She also cried in that movie too, and she was a thug. Do you get? So it's an amazing movie. Like, and one interesting part about my experience with movies, that when I started watching it, I didn't like it because the whole sassy vibe was feeling too kind of fake in the beginning, and there were a lot of unreal things happening. How that she had friends that hated her, and I know it happens, but it was too much. Like, I think they were planning on ruining her wedding, only to find out that the wedding already ruined itself. And that thing just gave it up for me. She slept in the car throughout the night, like with wedding gown. It was just somehow, I know it can happen. There's some things that can happen, but at the same time, it just felt somehow for me. But later on, somebody talked about the movie again. I was like, Ingrid, I think you should recommend this movie or review this movie, sorry. And I went to watch it again, and I didn't like it. I think it was only Remy that made me like it, who knows. But yeah, amazing movie, and I really think that the plot in the movie and like where they acted it, the location is one thing that really stands out for me in movies, because I think that's one part that continuity plays a big role, where like you act a movie that the locations are up to par with what this kind of story you're trying to tell. I studied architecture, you cannot blame me. So yeah, this movie is available on Netflix for everybody that wants to watch it. If you've not watched it, go to Netflix, search for something like Gold, see the movie. Kudos to everybody that was in this movie. Whether you watch or not, subscribe, like, and share. Let me know what you think about this whole thing in the comment section below. Have an amazing day. Peace.